Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. Today's video is going to be all about this skin right here. So I have really dry skin, and I for years couldn't get it to not look dry, and I tried everything. To be honest, my skin is a little bit better conditioned now than it was. I have very severe dryness between my eyebrows and on my forehead just because I have psoriasis, and that is like two sort of little patches of it. Now that obviously to begin with was a total nightmare for me, because anybody who has it will know trying to apply foundation over it is a total nightmare. So I am just going to show you the things that I do to try and get this sort of nice glowy looking skin and try and avoid my skin looking dry. I mean, I can come in a little bit closer and show you that right now my skin just looks really hydrated. It looks naturally highlighted. It's not kind of too crazy. It is bronzed, it's contoured, everything. I have all of that on there, but it still looks really kind of nice and natural. This will last all day. It will get dry a little bit on my chin and a little bit around my nose, which is kind of funny because they're the areas that you tend to get oily, but it isn't anything that can't be fixed with a little bit of kind of setting spray or hydrating spray, and that is kind of through the day. So this is makeup that will last all day but won't make you look like a flaky mess, if that makes any sense. So I didn't talk while I was doing it, just so that I could basically either talk over it now or voice it over later, but I'm gonna let you go on and watch the application and the process of everything that I did to get this skin. This eye look should be up on my channel already. I'll link it up here for you so you can go and check it out, and yeah, let's get right on into it. Obviously, if you enjoy this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so hit that subscribe button and join the family. And yeah, let's just crack on. So the first thing that I would recommend doing definitely is either an illuminating or a hydrating primer. Obviously after you've done all your skincare as well. My skincare consists of a facial oil, a really good moisturizer and all the serums that I need. But yeah, a really good hydrating primer, and I normally put a pore filling primer kind of around my cheek area as well, just because I do get a little bit enlarged pores, which is kind of annoying. Why do I have to have enlarged pores and dry skin? Why can't I just have one or the other? I know, right? But anyway, so the next thing that I do is I'm going to go in with the Light Illusion foundation from Flower Beauty. This stuff is like one of my new favourite foundations. I love the Revolution Conceal and Define as well. It is a little bit less dewy looking. It doesn't make your skin look dry, so if you don't like the dewy look so much, you could go for that one, but this one has just a beautiful luminous finish. So that is what I will go in with next, and I will apply it with a beauty blender. The reason that I apply with a beauty blender, I say a beauty blender, I use the Morphe Contour and Highlight Sponge, I think it's called, purely because I love the flat edges on it. I just think that it is, I don't know why. When I first used it, I was just like, this is so much better. I think it could be the texture of the sponge. It's sort of, to me, halfway between a beauty blender and a Real Techniques sponge. It's just a nice kind of meet in the middle. Whatever sponge you prefer to use, because this won't move around any sort of dryness that you have. Obviously, I would say your prep work. If you want to know more about prep work before foundation, if you have really dry skin, I'll link up here my prep for dry skin for the perfect foundation, and you can go and watch that after you're finished here. Basically what the beauty sponge does is it presses the foundation into your skin instead of swirling it around, so you're not aggravating any of that dry patches. And the foundation, though luminous, is really high coverage, so you won't lose too much coverage with your beauty blender or your beauty sponge. The next thing that I do, because I want to keep everything in place for a long time and I want to keep it looking really hydrated, I go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Shaping Sticks. You don't have to use these, you can use anything. You can use concealer in a darker shade, you can use any other kind of cream contour type thing, but I go in with the shade 200 first, and then I go in with the shade 220, and I I can either blend it out with my beauty sponge, or I can go in with this little dual fibre brush and buff it out. But when you see me buffing it out, I'm being really, really gentle so as not to move around the foundation underneath. Not that it ever has moved on me before, but it can do, so just be really, really gentle when you're buffing it out, and try not to move the product too far. Place it where you want to place it and then blend it out. Don't blend it away in funny directions or anything like that. So the next thing that I do obviously is go in with a cream blush. And my all-time favourite cream blush is Ladyblush from MAC. This, you can even put it over powders, it doesn't matter. This is the most beautiful blush shade ever. I absolutely love it. It's just the most neutral, natural blush ever. I use my little MAC brush for that, just for a little bit more precision. And I keep it kind of back on the backs of my cheeks, just to sort of give you that flushed look, but not to bring too much to the centre of my face or anything like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with highlight, and I'm using a liquid highlight here. This is from Revolution and it is in the shade Liquid Champagne. I absolutely love this stuff. I love their jelly highlights as well, but it's a really liquidy formula. I put it on the back of my hand and I spread it out, and then I dip my beauty blender into it just so that I'm getting a tiny amount, and I'll dab it just on the high points of my face, and that's how I've got this sort of almost wet looking glow that's like sort of that cliched saying wet from within. Lit from within. It doesn't, it's not too crazy, it doesn't stand out too much, it's not glittery. So that is sort of like the base done. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm going to go very, very light on my concealer. I am just going to put a few dots underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to blend it out. And when I blend it out, because I haven't put too much, it's not going to spread too far. But when I blend it out, it is going to blend into the blush and the highlight and that little bit, just toning it down just a little bit and blending it all together so you get that sort of really nice seamless, because you don't want anything to be too harsh when you're trying to keep your skin looking really fresh and really hydrated. Next thing I do obviously is I'm going to set my under eyes, because you do need to set that with powder. Basically, if you want it to last a long time and you want rid of the stickiness, you really want to be setting everything with powder. But if you feel like you are so dry you don't need to set your face with powder, you could leave it here. Add a little bit more as needed, but here is where you really could leave it. Me, I'm going to carry on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to top everything that I did with the cream products with powder products. So I'm picking up the Flower Beauty contour palette, and I'm taking the contour shade, which is quite a light shade. It's nothing too crazy, because we're going to have a cream underneath to stick to. You don't really want to go too crazy with the shade. You want it to be a little bit on the lighter side, because it's going to grab onto that cream product underneath. And I'm just sort of bronzing up with this, and then I take a more precise brush and I'll go in and contour a little bit. But that is, I love this palette. I think that this is an absolutely beautiful contour shade. Obviously it's not going to work for deeper skin tones, but I'm not sure what I know that the shade range in their foundation is horrible, so, but it could just be that that's all they have available in the UK. I'm not sure what's available in the US, but this itself, I mean, it won't really do for anybody with a deeper skin tone. I'm not sure if they have another one, like I said. So then I'm going to go in obviously with blush, and today I decided to go in with Spellbound from Makeup Geek, and I really like this one. It's just a really nice natural blush. It's not going to go super pink on your face or anything like that. And I'm using my JH06 brush. This is a really good brush for if you want to keep your blush a little bit more low-key than you normally would, because I know that I'm really heavy-handed with my blush, and this actually helps counteract that because it is such long bristles and it's not so densely packed. So next, obviously, we're going to top off our highlight, and for highlight I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this one is in Precious Petals, and it's not as blinding as I thought it was, and it's not as blinding as it looks when other people use it. I don't know if maybe these have got like a kind of bit over the top that you've got to sort of get through. It could just be because this one's a slightly darker shade, but I actually love the formula of it. I mean, I do wish it was a little bit easier to pick up and it was a wee bit more blinding, but to be honest, looking at the way it looks on my skin just now, I'm not mad at it. So yeah, we're just going to add that to the high points, and I'm adding it to just above my eyebrows as well, just to give my skin a natural sort of glow. And that is pretty much it. So I then went away off camera and I did the rest of my makeup, and this is what I ended up with. So yeah, that is the easiest way to get really long wearing but really hydrated, really dewy sort of looking skin. I didn't actually say. The last thing that I do is spray my face with some sort of setting spray. Any sort of hydrating facial mist. Just to, it's more to melt down any powders or any powderiness on your face than it is to set it or anything like that, because all the cream products with all the powder products on top, that's what's going to really give your makeup the longevity. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And I love the way that all of this in combination with itself, or all of this in combination with each other, makes my skin look, I think it doesn't look dry, it looks hydrated, apart from like my line up here, which one day maybe I'll get sorted, but it looks really hydrated. And like I said, I do have like a patch, you can probably see the redness just peeking through a little bit, but I have like a really, really dry patch of skin here and a really, really dry patch of skin here. You'll have probably seen it at the start of the video, and it doesn't look textured at all. I don't know if you can see it there. You'll see the redness through my foundation a little bit, but it really isn't, it doesn't look textured, it doesn't look flaky or anything like that. And I just think that it's all in the makeup application, the things you use, the way you use them, about how your skin is going to look. So don't lose hope if you've got really, really, really dry skin. Hone in on your skincare, improve your skin that way, use some of these techniques, I promise they will help. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. If there's anything you would like to see me do, leave it in the comment section below, because I would love to hear your requests. And yeah, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!